herald pushes him onto the platform, chained, filthy. An old man among slaves. He asks him what he knows how to do, what skill he has, how much he's worth. And the old man doesn't answer what they expect. He points to a rich man in the crowd. "Sell me to that one," he says. He's searching for a master. A slave in heavy iron chains just audaciously demanded to be obeyed immediately. And the craziest part, it worked. This man once had gold, a name, an entire city at his feet. He lost it all. And when he lost everything, he discovered something that no one around him dared to even think about. That everything we chase, money, image, respect, is a cage we build for ourselves. We live to impress people whom we don't even like, with things that we don't need, with money we don't have. 2,500 years ago, a man found the loophole in the system. He realized that freedom doesn't lie in acquiring everything. True happiness lies in requiring absolutely nothing. His name was Diogenes, the son of a wealthy banker, who ended up homeless by choice. He slept in a barrel. He ate on the street. He insulted the most powerful man in the known world at the time, right to his face. They called him a dog, crazy, dangerous. The question is, who was really crazy? The one who threw everything away, or us, who chase after everything? To understand why Diogenes declared war on society, you need to know what it took from him. He wasn't born on the street. He was born into power. Around 412 BC in Sinope, a wealthy commercial port on the Black Sea. His father he runs the city's official mint. He is quite literally the very man who makes the money. And Diogenes is his rightful heir. Until a sudden scandal completely destroys him. Counterfeiting. Debasement of the currency. The sources never quite fully agree. Some say it was the father's fault, while others say that Diogenes himself held the tool. Whatever the truth may be, the result was the same. Exile. They stripped him of his property, his title, even his citizenship. From prince of the city to nothing. Without a homeland, with nothing to eat. And this is where the legend begins. It is said that he went to the Oracle of Delphi and asked what he should do with his life. The solution to the puzzle was just 2 words, a cryptic little riddle. Alter the currency, simply change the currency used. In ancient Greek, the word nomisma has a double meaning. It means coin, but it comes from the word law, tradition, rules, customs. Whether the Pythia actually said it or whether it was later created by tradition, the meaning remained the same. Don't counterfeit coins anymore. Counterfeit the rules. Show that the value system of people is fake. Diogenes arrives in an Athens full of philosophers. People who talked for hours about virtue, justice, the soul. Words upon words. Diogenes despised all of that. He didn't want theory, he wanted action. It is said that he found Antisthenes, a student of Socrates, and asked him to teach him. Some scholars question whether they ever met, but the story says that the old man drove him away. When Diogenes insisted, Antisthenes raised his staff and struck him on the head. Diogenes did not move. With blood running down, he said, "Strike me. There is no stick hard enough to drive me away, as long as you have something to teach me." The old man gave in. His training was not about reading, it was about subtraction. Anything artificial was unnecessary. He kept a wooden cup, his last possession, until he saw a child drinking water with his hands. He broke the cup. "A child has beaten me in simplicity." He had no home. He made his home out of a clay jar thrown away in the marketplace. He slept on the ground. He ate whatever he could find. The Athenians were disgusted by him. They called him a dog, a cur, and he took the insult and made it his banner. From there came the name of an entire philosophical movement. Cynicism. "I am a dog," he used to say. "I wag my tail at whoever gives to me. I bark at those who refuse, and I bite the wicked. Up to this point, he seems like a colorful character, a homeless man, but Diogenes was a surgeon, and Athens was his operating room. He did something that didn't even have a name yet. 2,000 years before the term was invented, Diogenes was doing performance art. Live performances with society as the victim. He walks around in broad daylight with a lit lantern. "What are you looking for, Diogenes?" they ask him. "I'm searching for a human being. I'm looking for a real person, and I can't find one. Only masks." He respected no convention. He believed that if something is natural, there's no shame in doing it in front of everyone. He used to eat in the marketplace, which was forbidden at the time, and when he was accused, he would turn the argument around. "We are ashamed of our bodies, but we are not ashamed to lie, to steal from others, to kill during brutal and violent wars. Who is truly shameful?" That was his real and most powerful weapon, not the shock itself. It was the mirror behind the shock. He forced you to see that your life is full of rules you never chose. Once I saw him begging in front of a statue. "Why are you doing this?" they asked him. "I'm practicing disappointment. If you learn to hear no from a statue, no person can hurt you anymore." "But how far can someone go like this before the world crushes them?" The answer came, right in the middle of the vast sea, in the middle of a sea. On a journey, his ship falls into the hands of pirates. They capture him. The man who preached absolute freedom now wears chains. They take him to the slave market. One might say this is the end. When they asked him what he knew how to do, he did not beg for mercy. He pointed to a wealthy man and said, "Sell me to him. He needs a master." The rich man, a Corinthian named Xeniades, laughed and bought him. Here comes the twist. Xeniades did not put him to work in the fields. He gave him the keys to his house and entrusted him with the education of his children. And Diogenes, who could have escaped, stayed. He lived there for the rest of his life, by his own choice. It is said that Xeniades used to say, "A good spirit has entered my house." That was his final proof. A slave can be more free than his master. Chains do not make the slave. Wealth does not make one free. If you do not control your desires, you are already a slave. It's just that your leash is invisible. But the ultimate test of his philosophy had not yet come. Corinth, around 336 BC. A young king dismounts from his horse, Alexander. He is 20 years old and has just taken power. He is preparing to conquer the world. In Corinth, everyone rushes to pay him homage. Politicians, wise men, merchants, down to the ground. Everyone except one. Alexander walks toward a suburb. There, lying on the ground, Diogenes is sunbathing. It is one of the most famous anecdotes of antiquity. And precisely because it is so perfect, historians remain cautious. But the story goes like this. The most powerful man in the world stands over an old man who has nothing but his own skin and casts his shadow over his face. "I am Alexander, the great king. And I am Diogenes, the dog." Alexander, astonished to see not a trace of fear, asks the offer that would drive anyone crazy. "Ask me for anything you want and I will give it to you." Diogenes looks at him. He looks at the sun behind him. He raises his hand indifferently, as if to shoo away a fly. He replied with a phrase that shattered the edifice of human vanity. "Step aside from my light. Don't block the sun from me. Move aside. You're cutting off my light." The guards reach for their swords. Alexander raises his hand and stops them. The most powerful man on earth had just offered to give everything, and the old man asked only that he not take from him what he already had for free, the light. It is said that Alexander turned to his generals and said, "If I were not Alexander, I would wish to be Diogenes," because he understood that he, with all his power, was a slave to his own glory. And that old man in the mud was perhaps the single most truly free individual he had ever met. Diogenes passed away at around 323 BC in Corinth as an old man. Even his death became a legend. Some said he ate spoiled octopus, others that he was bitten by a dog. And one version, the most unlikely, says that he simply held his breath until he faded away. That he controlled his body so completely that he shut it down himself. No one knows which is true, but the legend says he died on the same day, far away in Babylon with Alexander the Great. The ruler of the world and the ruler of himself departing together. 2,500 years later, Diogenes seems extreme to us, maybe even crazy. But think about your daily life. Alarm clocks, jobs that drain you, stress about bills, about clothes, about what someone you'll never meet might say. We build cages around ourselves, and we call them success. Diogenes had nothing, and maybe that's why he was the only one who wasn't afraid to lose anything. The next time you get anxious about what you have and what you show, remember the old man in the barrel, the one who looked the conqueror of the world in the eyes and only asked him to step.
Knowledge is power. Grab yours daily. Like, comment, and share.